Hi guys, how are you doing? My name is Aditi and welcome back to another very interesting video. And I say this for almost all my videos, but today's video is genuinely very interesting because we are going to talk about colors. Now, I can give you a guarantee that 99% of the logos and the products that you use in your everyday life, all the colors on them are not happening by accident. In fact, there's a lot of psychology and there's a lot of logic that goes behind it. Now, before we get into the video, I want to ask you a very simple question. I have two products in my hand. If you look at them closely, they both have blues painted on them. But if you see a little more carefully, you will observe that the blues might look similar, but they are not the same. So have you wondered how do designers describe the exact shade of blue they are talking about? How do they do it? Well, that's what this video is about. I'll be sharing with you 7 design terms which designers use when they have to describe colors. And at the end of the video, I'll also give you a bonus tip, something that you can use in your everyday life. So without wasting much time, let's begin. Alright, so the first thing we are going to talk about is the color wheel. Now, the color wheel is a very basic thing which I'm sure you must have studied about in your school. But in case you don't remember what exactly I'm talking about, let me give you a quick recap. There are 3 colors, primary colors on the color wheel. There is red, yellow and blue. These colors are unique and you can't make them by mixing and matching. However, if I mix 2 primary colors, I get 1 secondary color. So if I mix yellow and blue, I get green. If I mix yellow and red, I get orange. Now this way, I have 6 colors on my color wheel. Any of these colors in their purest form is called a hue. Not you, H-U-E, hue. So when you go to buy paints for your walls or paints for your artwork and you want the real original red, the bottle will say red hue or yellow hue. So this means there is 100% yellow in your yellow. There is 100% red in your color red. It's the purest version of red. So this was about the purity. Now let's talk about the intensity of a color. Right now you're watching my video at a 0% intensity. So all colors have 0% intensity right now. The video appears almost like a black and white video. But it's not a black and white video, there are colors in it. Only difference is that the colors don't have any intensity. And now the colors have 100% intensity. In other words, 100% saturation. So saturation is the intensity of a color and hue is the purity of a color. Now before we proceed to the next part of the video, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. Do you remember the app, logo app of Twitter or Skype? It's called a sky blue color, right? Now that color is not available on the color wheel. So how do we come up with a color something like that? It's very simple. If you've ever done any kind of painting in your life, you know the solution is very simple. Take blue and add a dash of white to it and that's how you get sky blue. But what is this thing known as in the design world? It's a tint of blue. So sky blue is a tint of blue. Pink is a tint of red. So when you add white to any color on the color wheel, it becomes a tint of the color. Have you seen the logo of Lamborghini? It's a very high-end luxurious brand and I'm sure you are aware of it. But anyway, have you seen it carefully? Now there is brown and ochre in the logo, but there is no brown on the color wheel. So how do we come up with a color like that? Very simple. We add a little bit of black to our yellow. Very little, just like a tinge of black, and that's how you get a brown shade. Okay, so addition of black is called a shade. If you've ever been to these kids playroom or kids shopping malls, and if you've observed, most of the interiors have too much of drama going on. There is red, there is yellow, there is blue, there's just color everywhere you see. But as you grow older, you don't like to stay in such surroundings. You like everything to be balanced. You like all the colors to be toned down, right? So what is the meaning of toned down? It means we add gray to our colors. We add gray to our pure colors. So if you've seen the logo of Burger King, it's got very bright popping colors. It's got blue, yellow and red. but despite it being such a dramatic combination, yet it doesn't look like a kid's logo and it doesn't hurt your eyes, it doesn't cause any visual disturbance. Why is that? Because they've reduced the tone of the colors. So tone is to add gray, shade is to add black, and tint is to add white. Now to understand the next concept, I'm going to show you a glass bottle, a perfume bottle. If you look at it closely, okay, there's a major difference between the top and the bottom. Major difference is that I can't see what is happening inside the cap. But when I look at the glass body, I know exactly how much fluid is there inside. So this is 100% opaque and this is 0% opaque. In design language, 100% opacity, 0% opacity. So whenever we have to design logos or we have to design products or we have to design the branding of something, we play around with the opacity. Sometimes we like the color, we like the tint, we like the shade, but it's just that we don't want to see the block version of it. We want to reduce the intensity of the layer. This is what a logo would look like in 50% opacity, and this is what a logo would look like at 100% opacity. Now, having said that, many a times designers are still not happy with just one color. They want more colors in the logo, they want to add more drama and more elements in one single logo. Classic example of this is the Instagram app logo. Have you seen it? There are so many colors which are going on. There is yellow, there is pink, there is blue, and it's all blended so well that it doesn't look like a kiddish app. It still looks very aesthetic, and that's called the gradient technique. If you've seen the logo of Apple, this is the technique they use. There is a transition from a shade of gray to white, and this transition is done so well, it's so gradual that it makes the logo look so clean and sophisticated and classy. Now comes the last but not the least part of this video. Do you remember the logo of Canon or McDonald's, Burger King, Pepsi? I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think about what is that one common thing amongst all of these logos. Well, the common feature is the color red. And the coolest part is all of these reds look very same, but they are not same. They are absolutely different. And since there are so many colors in the world, it's important for every color to have a name of its own. And that name is known as a hex code. And hex code is a combination of numbers and characters. So if you have a few seconds to spare, you can try googling hashtag FFFF00 and you will see something on your screen. And what that color is, you can tell me in the comment section. Similarly, like how we have names, all colors have a specific hex code. And no one hex code can be same for two colors. So all these big brands, they copyright their hex codes. So you can't use their colors without their permission. And they do it to preserve their brand identity. So if tomorrow I have to start my fast food chain business and I use the red of McDonald's for my logo, I can land up into legal problems. Now time for the bonus tip before I let you go. If ever in future you happen to start your restaurant business or your food business and you have to come up with a logo, one of the best color combinations for a food chain is yellow and red. It's not because it's extremely popular, but because it's extremely successful because of psychological reasons. Yellow is the color of positivity, optimism, energy, and red is a color of aggression, passion, fire, and also appetite. So when energy combines with appetite, it will encourage your customers to try your food at least once. Or at least this is what psychology suggests. If ever you happen to start your own luxury brand business and you don't know what colors you should go for, then one of the most powerful classic combination is black and silver. Because black is the color of power and authority, and silver is the color of wealth and prestige. When you combine the two, it makes a wonderful combination. If ever you happen to design your own wedding card or your friend's wedding card and you want things to be different, one of the most unique color combination is pale pink and navy blue, because pale pink is a feminine energy and navy blue represents trust, calmness, and it has a little bit of masculine energy. So when you combine the two, it makes a wonderful combination for a wedding card. Last but not the least, if ever you have to start your pharmaceutical business, then another very popular combination is blue and white. And the reason is because white represents healing, peace, and blue represents trust, calmness, coolness. So when you combine the two, it makes a wonderful combination for a healthcare brand. And with that, it's a wrap. That's all I had for you today. I really hope you found it helpful. And if you liked it, if you've watched it till the end, please don't forget to share this, like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss my next upload. Have a wonderful day ahead. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.